Hello. Today we are going to do a full-length Mace Kata workout. It's going to be 25 minutes long. This is my actual workout that I do as part of my rotation. And when it comes up, this is the workout that I'm going to do. My name is Chris Butterworth. This is the Healthy Butter Fitness channel. This is a place where we talk about fighting off the effects of Father Time every day, every step of the way as we get into our 50s and 60s. I am 56 years old and I feel great. When I was 50 years old, I had back issues, shoulder issues, elbow issues. Functional fitness is what I used to work my way through that, and it made a world of difference. Kettlebell, Mace, Club. And what I'm trying to do with this channel is share with you what I've learned along the way. When I was starting out, it was difficult. There's a lot of information out there, but it's hard to put it together into something that is actually usable, that you can build a program off of, and that you can compile exercises together through the various disciplines, how much you need to do, how often, all that kind of stuff. From a workout standpoint, I would follow other people, and everybody said this is an awesome exercise, you should do it. Or sometimes even people said, hey, here's a 20-minute exercise, you might want to try this. But nobody said this is what they do. So I'm looking at all these experts and I could never figure out what they actually did. And so that's what I'm trying to share. So let's go ahead and get started. There's no music here just because YouTube has copyright issues. I'm going to be talking while I'm doing this, so I'm breathing a little heavy. I hope that doesn't interfere too much with what's going on. And I will talk through a little bit what I'm doing while I'm doing it. Let's stop stalling and let's get into it. We'll keep this video as short as we can. I'm going to hit the timer. And we're going to get going here. First thing you're going to see as I get started, I'm going to start with my right hand on top. This is going to be a start on the right exercise. I'm going to do these various movements, and they're going to add up to about a minute on each side. And then you'll see when we get to the beginning, it's going to be ready to start with the opposite hand. We are at exactly 1 minute. Now we put it up and left hand's on top. We do the exact same series of exercises or series of movements to the mirrored direction. We'll get through this once, and then we'll talk about the movements in a little bit of detail. My left hand is less coordinated than my right, so this little nunchuck move is much harder to the left. That went pretty well. There's two. All right, so we start off with a 360. We go to a split lunge, a side lunge here. 360 to the other side into an uppercut. Full depth squat. 360 again, and we'll do a spear lunge followed by a archer. Now we're going to do a uppercut to the front. Grab the mace in the middle and do a shield cast. Then we'll do an inside circle to a nunchuck flip. Settle. Do an inside circle to a choke swing. Choke swing. Looks like that because your helping arm is choking you while you do it. This movement is like a block of an overhead strike, and then we lean into warrior pose and hold the weight out to the side for a couple seconds. So right now it's running a slightly longer than a minute per round, but that is okay. I'm going to try to do 24 rounds without stopping. I was able to do this last time, so there's no reason I shouldn't be able to do it this time. But if at any point it doesn't feel good, I'll take a break. So I like this exercise because not only am I getting a full body, breathing heavy, sweaty, and doing all the mace work, but all these stepping patterns are great for hips and groin, which are always tight for me. Some of this stuff is just fun. Nunchucks is a little bit of hand-eye coordination, flow with the mace, and it just feels kind of cool. So we get to do that. And then you go front, back, front. Don't hit yourself in the face. Over the shoulder spear catch, block, warrior pose, and open up. That's 5 done. This one is really hard for me to remember the numbers, so I usually count them pretty loud at the end of each set. The bigger your step there, the harder that you make that spear lunge, the more difficult this exercise is. That's true for all of these movements. You can kind of half-ass them, or you can do them really aggressively. And it is much harder the more aggressive you do them. So the pace that you go out and the assertiveness of each movement sort of regulates how hard this exercise is. It's kind of like running. You can sprint or you can jog. And that same half mile can be really hard or not so hard at all. That's 6. Quarter of the way done. This is nice because it just keeps going. Each time, your hands are just in the right spot for the next one. Whoa, almost hit myself in the face. That's never good. I always do a little tap dance here because I don't want to hit the TV behind me. But if I'm too far forward, I step on the carpet and it's slippery. So I kind of adjust my feet there. That's 7. Same thing with that. The wider you split, the wider your step, the harder that stretch is. So you really do have a chance to regulate how difficult this is as you go. Always control the weight. 2, 3. As you go further into it, you get a little bit more warmed up, stretches get a little deeper, and it keeps feeling better. This particular mace is an ADX adjustable, standard handle, so it's a little skinny. And I have it set at 13.25 pounds. The website, that's 9. The website says that this mace weighs 7.5 pounds. Mine weighs 8.25. So I don't agree with the website. That's neither here nor there, but I do like to know how much I'm lifting. So I have a 5 pound on the end of it. So 8.25 plus 5 pounds, 13.25. You may or may not notice this, but as I come around after that choke swing, I do choke up on the mace by about the width of a hand. So when I do a front circle, I don't crush my toes. That's 10. So I'll show you that on this one. Uppercut, squat, lunge, archer. All right, shield cast, here it comes. Nunchucks. Now as we come around this circle, choke swing, and as I come out of it, I slide the mace down just a little bit, and then I do my front, back, front. That was a little bit exaggerated, but just a couple inches to make sure that I have clearance. What you need to do with that will vary depending on how tall you are and the length of your mace. Whew. All right. This will be 12. That puts us at the halfway point. Here we go. I was just about to say something and I forgot what it was, but it'll come back. Yeah. Well, I was going to say, watching this, you've heard me on this channel talk about kettlebell fixed me, Club makes my shoulders awesome, but mace makes me younger, and this is why. Just being able to do these kind of movements is really cool. And it is absolutely full body. And you're stretching your hips and your groin and your back into places that you normally wouldn't do. And having that movement and that flexibility makes us younger. At least makes us feel younger. This is definitely easier when there's loud music in the background. Quiet workouts are tough. But that is 14. 10 more to go. Let's keep on it. But like I said earlier, I always wanted to know, Mr. YouTube guy, what does your workout actually look like? So you can hear me huffing and puffing. There's not one particular part of this exercise that's extremely difficult, but it's relentless. There's not a break built into it. So you got a little cardio, you got a little muscle fatigue, you definitely got some sweat, you got parts of your body that you don't normally use. This is a fun workout. It's not really easy. We're through 15, working on 16 right now. Control. That's 16, which puts us 2/3 of the way through. Quick sweat wipe, because I am falling apart. Sweating everywhere. And sweaty, slippery hands is the worst. I don't want to take a big break, but I do want to try to dry off a little bit. All right, 16 down, let's keep going. 17. Step right back into it. Oh, wow, I almost missed my catch. Some of these movements, that's 17. I've said before that I prefer the fat handle adducts to this standard handle. And some of these movements are why. Just for 360s, the standard handle is awesome. But when you start incorporating other movements, it doesn't fit as well in my hand. It's a little small. So if I had it to do over again, I would have bought a second fat handle. But this is what I got. All right, that's 18. We are 3/4 of the way done. Let's keep on it. Some of these exercises, some of these movements, I can kind of race the clock. The faster I can get this up and start my next swing, the faster my exercise goes. But some of these, like that archer, it's just you and the mace. The longer you hold it, the harder it is, but also the slower your workout goes. So I don't worry about the time so much because I don't want to penalize myself for being intentional and moving a little slower. I'm more concerned about if I had to stop in the middle and take a rest. Especially this warrior. Like, you can hold this for 10 or 15 seconds, or you can blaze through it in 5 seconds. But the hold is what makes it difficult. 19 done. Every once in a while I forget where I am in the flow. That usually means I'm tired and my mental part checks out. That choke swing takes a little practice. The first lots of times I did it, I kept hitting myself in the shoulder as I came over. You got to find how your body rotates just in time with the momentum on the mace. And when you get that rotation right, it misses your body. Okay, 20 down. 4 more, 2 in each direction. Right hand is the easy way. I get to do a right-handed uppercut. I get to do a right-handed archer. And I get to do a right-handed shield cast and nunchuck. I can't see anymore with my glasses. I'm dripping sweat onto my lenses. All right, 3 more. We come up with left hand on top. So left hand has to do left-handed uppercut. Left-handed archer. And left-handed shield cast to nunchuck. Oh, Sometimes this is a trade-off. Catch your breath from a cardio standpoint, but you burn your muscles from a strength standpoint. Okay, last one to the right. 12 minutes ago, that seemed really far away. But you just keep going, one round then the next. And somehow, the count always catches up. Last big stretch to the left. And we got one more. Here we go. We'll go push this one hard. Oh, I can feel the home stretch. Lean in nice and far. We're at 25:40 to do the whole workout. So, I'm breathing. I'm totally sweaty. Like I said before, I always wanted to see the guys that I followed. What do the workouts look like? How heavy are they breathing? How much weight are they really pushing around? What does their form look like? Is it really as perfect as that one sample they showed, or does it break down over time? Yeah, like how heavy are they breathing is a big one. So this is it. I talk about 70 to 80% intensity as where you want to be. I don't want to go to 90, 100% intensity because I don't want to ding myself up. I don't want to be sore tomorrow when I wake up. I don't care about trying to lift more weight. And if you get too conservative, if you end up doing 50, 60% of intensity, you're not really pushing yourself. So that 80%, I'm sweaty, I'm breathing heavy, my whole body feels it. I'm right there. Now, this was the second time that I've done that workout all the way through without a rest. That indicates one or two more of those and it's time to start adding a little bit of weight or complexity. But I love this kata as it is. So I will probably go with more weight for now. I might introduce a light and a heavy day and switch off the maces. Or I might do like 6 minutes of light and then a couple minutes of heavier and then go back and do some light. I haven't decided yet how I'm going to switch that out, but that's all about building a program. Those are food, that's food for thinking, food for thought. My gosh, I'm dead. I hope this helped. I hope you find value in it. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to build. I hope you love Mace as much as I do. That's my fountain of youth, and I can't get enough of it. We'll stop here. Have a great day. Go get better.